Welcome everybody to a new live stream of Flower Circus. It's the second attempt today with Jolanda van der Lugt Lisianthus. We had some technical problems, so for you who looked at it, we will just start from the beginning. Maybe she has a different story, I don't think so. But let's welcome Jolanda. Jolanda, welcome. Let's hope the connection will stay okay. So if somebody is looking, please let us know if the connection is okay or not. There's a little bit delay on it, so I think we just start. First of all, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's a strange period for all of us, I think, but yeah, we have to make the best out of it. So what's happening at Lugt Lisianthus at the moment? There's already happening a lot, I think, the last half year. It's been a roller coaster at your place.
Yes, been quite busy.
Yeah, because for the people who don't know, they just finished the new greenhouse. So I think that's took some time and for all of you. So can you tell a bit more about Lugt Lisianthus and of course also the new greenhouse?
Yeah, Lugt Lisianthus is a family business. The four founders are three brothers and a nephew.
Yeah.
And there are totally 12 people within the family working in the business at the moment. We grow just Lisianthus, about 1.2 stems per week.
1.2 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's quite a lot. And how many varieties do you have?
We have at the moment 26 varieties, and we're adding 3 more.
Yeah.
We keep testing new ones for new colors, better varieties than we have now. If there's an improvement, we'll change the same variety for a better one.
Yeah. And the testing, is that done purely and only in the greenhouse, or do you also consult customers with that?
We do have different testing periods. We start, of course, in the greenhouses,
Yeah.
Environments and different ways of growing. Then we pick the ones we think that are good enough to be a Lugt Lisianthus variety.
Yeah.
And after we've done some more tests, then we start asking the florists, what do you think? And we'll try to get some feedback of how they want to work with them.
Yeah, because you're in quite close contact with a lot of florists all over the world.
On a daily basis, yeah.
On a daily basis, even. So I think there's or that's what I think is special in comparison with other flowers. So sometimes they look at a new variety, and it gets a new name. It looks the same, but it has a different name. With Lisianthus, that's a little bit different, right?
Yeah.
But the improvement is within the variety.
Yes, we'll just make it a 1 or a 2. Like if it's a Rosita, we call it Rosita White 2, Rosita White 3, if it's an improved one. But the name will remain the same.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's.
It's the same variety. We won't change it, even if it's an improvement.
Yeah. That's. I think for a lot of florists, that's a real good thing, because sometimes you can't keep up with all the new names and all the new varieties.
Yeah. Like the gerbras, we don't have that many.
No.
Yeah.
So the greenhouse is very special, but also you have the experience center there.
Yeah, the experience center is built especially for the florists, the customers of our customers. So cash and carries, export companies, or just florist groups out of, doesn't matter where from in the world, can come and visit us. They get a tour, even Westland if they want to. And after a tour through our greenhouse, they can do a masterclass or a demo in our workshop.
Okay, that's really nice. I will show from a little bit closer by. It's I've been at your premises. It looks really nice. So that's and what I really like is that you can see and the greenhouse, you can directly inspire people as well with your flowers.
Yeah, but of course you don't have to work with just Lisianthus. We go visit different nurseries when we do a tour. So combinations of different products.
Okay. Yeah, I can also
tell them how to use them and what's all possible with the Lisianthus.
Yeah, I can see that you're not only focused on Lisianthus because I see some peonies behind you.
Yeah, true. I like to change within the house, not just Lisianthus here.
Yeah, no, although you got a lot of different varieties, so you can change that a lot as well.
Yeah.
So about the greenhouse, you've got a special way of growing the flowers, or it's a new way of growing flowers, right?
Yes, it is. We use a quarter, 25%. We use now LED lights.
Yeah,
So we try to save some energy, and we don't need all the heat that we get from our normal lights. And we use the nieuwe telen. That's a new growing method
yeah,
that will dry the air from the outside. We don't have to open up the windows, and we have less problems with our crop
yeah,
and use less energy as well with that method.
yeah. Yeah, the special thing is with the LED lights that you only have one color of light, or that normally we just have the white yellow light in the greenhouses, but
Yeah.
now sometimes it just looks like a discotheque.
Yeah,
Only the lights are not flashing.
yeah, no, they're not flashing.
So here you can see it with the LED light,
Yep.
and then I will also show the people this is without the LED light, or maybe it's a little bit there.
No, that's without. With it's a bit of a mix in color.
Yeah. So it's the new tele, and it also means that you're not, or you take care of the environment. You make your own heat, right?
Yeah, we make our own energy.
Yeah,
We have two BKK's,
yeah,
and with that we make energy, and all the CO2 that is comes from that we put in our own greenhouse as well.
yeah,
So waste, we use everything, and we actually buy extra CO2 as well
yeah,
to our greenhouses.
yeah. Because CO2 helps the plants to grow, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the CO2 or the plants need the CO2 to grow.
Yeah, they do.
So you're even helping the environment more by even buying more CO2 than you're producing yourself.
Yeah, we're cleaning up the waste of the shell and other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good to hear, and I think that you don't not only bring the beauty of the flowers, you will help the environment as well.
We try to.
Yeah. Planting you do with a new machine, right?
Yeah, we have a robot that plants the machines, the plugs. We buy our seeds in Japan.
Yeah.
And there are two companies in Holland, Van Egmond and Florensis, that make our plugs. And when they're 15 weeks old, we plant them in our greenhouse.
Okay. And how long will it take in your greenhouse to grow from a young plant to a flower?
An average of 8 weeks.
Average of eight weeks.
Yes.
Oh, and I've got somebody saying that we don't have sound.
Okay.
No sound. Okay, let's hope that this will be fixed soon. Please let me know if there is sound again. And I think we just continue for now and see if somebody just switched off his own sound, or that is really a technical problem. So most of the time, most of the breeding is happening in Holland, in Europe, but for Lisianthus it's in Japan, right?
Yeah, the breeding is done in Japan. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, somebody is saying that they've got sound, so Juan Naranjo, I hope you have, yeah, you can hear us now as well.
Yeah.
So the breeding is done in Japan. Is it also a flower that originates from Japan, or?
No, it was found in Texas and New Mexico.
Yeah.
And it was a very low plant. It wasn't high, but the Japanese people, they made the cutting flower out of it.
Okay. So yeah, that's and they do a nice job, I think.
Yeah, if you go to Japan, it's like being in a candy store. All the varieties, yes.
You've been there as well?
Yes, I've been there. Yep.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I've got so many nice pictures of your Lisianthus that I can't even choose to what to show. I think let's start with the new varieties that you have now. This is the cotton candy.
Yes, it's a soft pink one.
Yeah, I think we already used it one time with Flower Circus.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
It's a really nice one. And the other one, I saw in the description on the website, every day is a little party, so that's why you need a little bit of champagne.
And the chroma champagne.
The chroma champagne, yeah, also.
The difference with these two varieties are not the colors, because we've had these colors in different varieties before.
Yeah,
The chroma champagne and the cotton candy, this variety, it has more sturdier stems, so it's harder and easier to make a bouquet with. They're not as
yeah.
breakable.
One question that I or that we as Flower Circus get: how come sometimes the flowers are starting already halfway the stem, and how come, especially at your place, the flowers are all on top?
That's a growing method. We try to keep them as compact as we can, because
Yeah,
when you put them in a bouquet, you want to have the colored flowers, the open flowers on top as well, and not in the middle. So we try to make them a little bit more compact, but they used to be very, very much distant from each other. It depends on the grower, actually, if you get them compact or not.
okay.
That's
So
just
that's,
a way of growing.
yeah. And also an important thing, I think Marcel will be really happy if I tell it. Keep them up straight, right?
Yeah, if you put them in an angle in your bucket, the buds will go up.
Yeah,
But if you have the compact varieties, that difference won't be as much as the stretched ones. The stretched ones will bend much quicker.
yeah. So actually, it's like a tulip. It grows towards the light.
Towards, yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
And if you do buy Lisianthus as a florist, try not to look for price, but try to look for value.
yeah. That's a thing for sure, and I know why we use them quite often. And sometimes we just take a bunch and we count the amount of stems, and then I think I've got 15 or 16 sometimes in a bunch. But they've got so many branches, your stems.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I try to tell florists that sometimes it's cheaper to get a more expensive Lisianthus.
yeah. No, that's for sure. You also started with the initiative of what was it called? It was a Dutch hashtag.
Hashtag jij zorgt en daarom breng ik bloemen.
Yeah.
If you take care of us, we'll bring you flowers.
Yeah. It was another initiative than a lot of the other ones we saw directly after the crisis hit. What made it different than the other ones?
We at Lugt Lisianthus believe that we need to do everything through the florists.
Yeah.
Why we still now, with this crisis, have no booth next to our nursery. Because if we sell directly to customers, the florists will have no customers themselves.
Yeah.
And the way that we wanted to give the people in the nursing homes and the people that are working in the hospitals flowers was through the florists.
Yeah.
So we decided with a couple of other growers that florists could get some flowers that were thrown away at the time, but not luckily. And they can give them away in their own name to do some marketing with them. So maybe find new customers in the future, and instead of us giving them away.
Yeah, I think it's really good because skipping the florists now will mean that probably they will go bankrupt and we need them again after this crisis. I mean,
some florists are doing very well at the moment. They have a lot of online orders.
Yeah.
Not for all florists. So it very depends on the area, what you're in, and I think also what kind of shop you have.
Yeah. And how's the market now for the Lisianthus in Holland?
We are not having any waste end at the moment. So we do sell all of our flowers. So that's very positive. We're not making cost price yet, but we're in the lift and we're positive for the future. We're still planting 100% because we want to have our flowers in 8 weeks as well.
Yeah.
And like I said before, we still put our money where our mouth is. We don't sell next to the nursery. It's for floristry only.
Yeah. And at no point you stopped planting. It's all the way also in the middle of the crisis.
Lights are still on. We're still robots still going. Yeah.
So you didn't
up now, we won't have any flowers 8 weeks from now. And then when a country opens up their shops, we
Yeah.
don't have flowers.
Yeah, and actually you told from seed to young plant it takes 15 weeks. So if you told 2 months ago we don't want to plant anyway, you will get young plants for the coming 2 months.
Yeah, then we have to throw away plants, or no, we're planting everything we have, and we still are hopeful for the future.
Yeah. So Lisianthus is also a great product to work with. You can do a lot of nice things with it. You're a designer as well, so you know it as well. This is for me. Every time when I see it, I still like it.
This was by my daughter, actually, not by me.
Okay, but it's still in the family.
Yeah, still is.
Yeah. So can you tell me what she did here?
She took a oasis shape, and she put the little tiny buds in the middle, make them grower, and just put your mature flowers on the outside.
Yeah. And again, with this types of arrangements, it's good to have a bunch with a lot of flowers. So like yours, so you cover a bigger area.
Yep.
Than just maybe a stem that's a little bit cheaper, but you will cover only half of the area.
Yeah, Lisianthus is very versatile. You can use the buds by itself, the open flowers by itself. You can split up one stem and do more things with them.
Yeah, it's a great flower. It looks fragile, but it's a very strong flower. Yeah, and I think that's something that over the years also in the breeding process has been improved a lot.
Yeah, I've only known Lisianthus for about 8 years now. But what I've heard from 10 years ago or longer, they weren't as sturdy as they are now. There's been a lot of changes going into the breeding and the growing method as well.
Yeah. So how do you see the future of not only Lugt Lisianthus, but the whole flower industry? How is this COVID virus or virus/crisis influencing the whole industry? And how will we get out of it? It's a difficult question, and maybe too many questions at once.
I know. I think that depends on quite a few things. Some growers won't survive. Some florists won't survive. Which also means it's a better way to grow for the ones that stay.
Yeah.
It's a hard way, but there will be a shifting also in shops as well.
Yeah. And do you foresee that it's going to be more online, or will you see it shifting? Or
well, what you see right at the moment is that florists that do their bouquets online, they are still in business at the moment. They still have the orders. They still deliver.
Yeah.
So if you do have your web shop in order, I think that's a big difference at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, because in Holland the shops are open, but still not a lot of people going into the shops.
No.
So they get a lot of online orders or phone calls. Every country is different. I spoke with one of the flower circus designer, Stefan van Berlo, is working in Belgium. The shops are closed there. So if you don't have an online shop, you cannot sell anything.
True.
So
if you have nothing to do at the moment, please get your web shop in order, because even in the future, it'll be more and more important to do everything online.
Yeah, and I think
save buying online. That's why we have our experience center. We want to have people still to visit the nurseries, because you cannot buy only flowers from a picture on your screen.
No, that's very difficult, and to see the difference between the varieties and the quality of the growers. That's still a physical thing that we need to see and to show, and you are doing that on the at your greenhouse, but also on exhibitions. You're showing your varieties in a very nice way, and I think it's going to be a combination of those two. Of course, more people will buy online, but still for the professionals, you need to see the flowers, you need to feel them, smell them.
Yeah, that's why they're all welcome to visit us.
Yeah.
When schools are open again, I will open up the experience center as well. We can guarantee a working area from 1.8 meters, so it's more than 1.5 meters per florist. So we
Yeah.
have enough space to guarantee a safe working environment as soon as schools are opening up again.
Yeah.
And
So
I'll be happy to come on over, like you yourself with the flower circus, or if you have something, I'll be happy to come on over with my varieties as well.
yeah, now of course we will. Once we can, we will come over and work with your varieties because yeah, it's a great product. You're doing a great job. I mean, it's a tough time for all of us. Uh, like you said, work online. I think you do also a great job. You just have not only a new greenhouse, you've got a new website as well, which looks very great. That's also a way of showing all the new of all the varieties you have.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say?
It's a big improvement to our older one.
Yeah, but it's really bright. It stands out. I mean, that's the way to go. And I think also not only for the florists, but also for the growers, try to stand out online as well. It's of course everybody's welcome at your experience center, but unfortunately, not everybody has the time to come.
Come on over, yeah.
Yeah, so if as a grower you have a good website in which you can present your product and how you work, that's also a very important thing now at the moment.
Yeah, and if there are questions from florists or cash and carriers, they're also welcome. I'll be happy to answer them. And if they're growing questions, I'm sure Marcel and his brothers will be happy to answer them as well.
Okay, so I've got one question for you. So if you can answer this one.
Nope. I have no idea.
Okay. No, great. I think, well, we were talking about Marcel, so we have to get him in the live stream a bit as well. So, but I think most of the people know him.
Yeah.
So, I think again I learned quite a lot from the Lisianthus. I hope the people who watch this also learn something. I don't know if somebody has a question for me or for Jolanda. Please ask them. Is there something else you want to tell, Jolanda?
Ooh, no, I don't think so. I've told pretty much the varieties and what we do in our nursery, that it's different from other ones. And yeah, like I said before, we'll keep going. We are trying to stay positive in the future because the Van der Lugt brothers don't have growing as a profession. It's their life. So we won't stop.
Yeah, no, but that's good, and I think also you didn't say it in that words, but keep it together or stay together. Together we're stronger. So it's not only about the growers to survive, but the whole industry has to survive. So please pay attention with the exporters, importers, florists, because when one of those stops, we have a problem.
Yeah, that's also, don't buy at the booths.
Yeah.
At the nurseries.
I've got one question from Juan Naranjo. I think he has some sound again as well. So,
okay, that's good.
How much has the market grown overall in Lisianthus the last 10 years?
I think it's doubled for sure, and it's still growing. Because of the varieties that are so much better and stronger than there used to be, more and more florists starting to use Lisianthus in their bouquets as well. So I think there's still room for more growth and new varieties. It's not just pink, blue, white anymore. It's all kinds of colors, different shapes.
Yeah.
It's doubled, but we'll keep growing.
Yeah, and double, that's only Holland, or can you see it all over the world that it's growing?
Holland, I know for sure, and from the rest of the world, I think you have to talk to one of the guys in our company.
Yeah. No, but yeah, it has to do, of course, like you said, with a lot of new colors, a lot of new shapes as well. I think we forgot to mention, or I forgot to ask you about the different shapes, because there are two big groups in Lisianthus now.
Yeah, we used to have single and doubles. We don't have single ones anymore. Now we have the normal doubles and the big flowered doubles. There
Yeah.
are still growers that have the single varieties, but we choose to let them go to make more room for the big flower varieties.
Yeah. So in the total Lisianthus market now you got single, double, and the big flower varieties.
There in Holland, they sell about 80 different varieties.
80 different. Wow.
That's
Yeah.
just in Holland. Yeah.
Yeah, and the really big flowered, like the Alisa, that's also a bit curly, right?
Yeah, it's a bit fringed. Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
is like an in-between variety. So it has the size of the Alisa, but the shape of a smaller one.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you very much
Thank you.
for being at the Flower Circus. Hopefully we can meet in person soon again.
Hope so.
And yeah, please say hello to the whole family
I will.
and stay safe.
Same to you.
Okay, and everybody, thank you for watching. If you have some more questions, please ask them. I will forward them to Jolanda. Oh, I think this is nice to end this this live stream. Your Lisianthus is amazing. Love designing with it.
Good to hear.
Okay,
Then-
thank you. Yeah. Thanks again. Tomorrow we'll be here again with Miranda van Kester from Miraculeus. She's making brands for companies and how to present your company. And I think especially during this difficult period, maybe it's time for a lot of people to think about how to position their company. So let's hear from her tomorrow. Thank you for much watching. Thank you, Jolanda. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.